YouTube, this is Caddy45, and I am making this video in response to a video that I viewed this morning by Taryn916. I woke up early this morning, couldn't sleep, and I ran across this video in my subscription box, and it was entitled, Single Mothers, Are They Damaged Goods? I'm not going to go into full detail about what her video is about, but I am going to post a link to that video underneath this one so you can take a look at it. But it disturbed me so much, I could not wait to get up, get my kids off to school, come back, put on my video face, and respond to her video. Just to give you an overview of the video, it was talking about whether or not single moms can attract men, good relationships, with 3 children, bring children into a relationship. And if there was some talk of a forum that had been negative about whether or not that could happen, whether or not a man could accept a woman with children. And I'm not going to dwell too much on the aspects of being in a relationship, but I do want to dwell on the aspects of being a mother. Being a mother, regardless of the circumstances of which you became a mother, once you make a decision to take on the responsibility of motherhood, that is one of the most important jobs that you can do. Whether you do it bad or whether you do it good, it is going to be one of the most defining relationships in that child's life. I remember years ago someone stating that a mother is a child's pulse to the world, meaning that a child will see the world through his or her mother's eyes for the very first time. They will build a world view based on their mothers. Mothers nurture, they direct, and they provide us with the people, everybody we know in this world. There was first a mother, whether that mother was the biological mother, whether that mother was the adoptive mother, regardless, if she played the role of mother, she has brought to us that person. You rest assured, anybody you know in this world have been deeply influenced by a mother. And to have someone make a statement that that person is not worthy or could possibly be damaged just because they are a mother, it just infuriated me. And I made a comment on Taryn's comment box about, basically clearly these people who was on this forum had to be young, because until you have lived long enough to experience certain trials and tribulations in your life, good and bad, you would know. And I just couldn't type enough. That's why I had to make this response. I couldn't say enough, type enough. It was not enough space for me to say what I needed to say. I really, as a mother of 3 myself, and I have a son who is 22, and I have 2 younger daughters who are 12 and 10. And I have been divorced. My son is from my first marriage, and I am remarried now. But I really did not grasp my responsibility as a mother early on with my son. I knew I loved my son. I knew I wanted the best for my son. But I really did not come into a full understanding of the power of a mother until I lost my mom. I lost my mom in 2006. And by trying to understand her and grieve that loss, I actually found my voice as a mother. I realized what an impact a mother has. I just did not understand that I had that much impact on my children until I realized the impact my mother had on me. And I did not realize the impact that my mother had had on me until I lost her. So trying to grapple with that loss, I realized, my God, I want my children to feel for me the way I felt about my mom. I realized how much of an influence she had had on me. And when I was trying to struggle with her death, and I started finding my inner strength to deal with that, I realized that the one person that I had to give gratitude to for my inner strength was my mother. It was a full circle moment for me. And with that, I became determined to be a force for my children. I was determined to never take them for granted. Always try to be there for them and to teach them. I look at everything I do, and maybe I'm a little out there, but I look at everything I do for my children as a source, a teachable moment. I look at it as an investment into who they're going to become. Sometimes I'm taking my girls to all their different activities and I'm living in the car and I'm tired, but you know what? I think about it. You know what? Me getting up, exposing them to different things in life, taking them to different activities is an investment in who they will be. It's preparing them not only for life in general, but it's also preparing them for a time in which I will not be present. And my husband actually helped me to understand that during my grief with my mom. He helped me to understand that my mother had put so much into me. She had invested so much into me, and she was preparing me for that moment, the moment that she would no longer be. And when he said it like that, something just clicked within me, and my mother instinct just came out. And I realized that as a mother, we have such a hard responsibility. It's hard, it's joyful, it's fulfilling, it is good, it's bad, it's all those things, but it is of the utmost importance that we take it seriously, and we never, ever say that any mother is unworthy of anything, because we are molding human beings. We are raising the men that these young girls say will not appreciate a single mother. We are raising these young girls who are making statements that are so damaging to not only the maternal spirit, but the human spirit. That who would say that a man would not want a strong woman who is taking their responsibility as a mother, seriously? I guess it's a rant, Taryn. Speaking of Taryn, I guess it is a rant, because it just really infuriated me, because I do understand the importance of motherhood. I do understand my worth as a mother. I didn't always understand it, but you know what? I understand that, heaven forbid, if something should befall me today or tomorrow, there would be a void so big into the lives of my children and my husband that it would change and alter the trajectory of their lives. It would change the trajectory of their lives. That's how important my role as a mother is. I understand it, I embrace it, and I am committed to living up to what a mother's responsibility is, because I want to see my children. I'm living to see my children outside and independent of me. And another thing, I'm just going to touch on the man thing one time. Where are the men who fathered the children of these single mothers? I would like these women in the forums to, really think about that. So if they're single mothers, they're single men, fathers too. They're single fathers too. There's not single mothers. There clearly must be single fathers. So sometimes we act as though they don't exist. And let me tell you something. The more you live, the older you get, the circles of people that you surround yourselves with, everybody has a history. Everybody has a story. You should not be 40 years old as a woman, I'm going to say, as a single mother at 40, hanging around men. You probably won't hang around men who don't have children. Because you keep living, you experience, people fall in love, they don't fall in love, they have children in and out of wedlock. What I'm saying to you is, if you are in the circle of mature people that you should be surrounding yourself with as you age, they're going to have a story too. And more than likely, that man is going to have a child. So, to make a blanketed statement that single mothers are not worthy, it just blew me away. So that's my ranting response to Taryn 916. I did enjoy your video. It's just that it really hit a nerve with me, because we should never ever, whether it be a mother or a father, we should never ever degrade or minimize the worth of a parent, no matter whether it's a mother or a father. We should never minimize that. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I will see you next time.